Hey guys, Thomas from TC Vape Reviews back again. Today we're going to talk about the Sigelei 4.0, or sometimes called the S4. It is a different kind of RDA that I haven't seen in a while, and it's got some unique features to it. But the thing that you guys are probably after, particularly if you are a big RDA guy, is probably what kind of cloud you can get. I just have a dual coil build, nothing fancy. I think it's around about 4 ohms. It's got a good hit for it. And like I say, I didn't build any crazy diamond head coil or dragon coil. It's just a dual head coil. It's thick, it's dense, it's got a lot of flavor. So what are the things I like about it? Well, first, and we'll do it up close on this as well, but for right now, where we're sitting at, it's got vent holes that are around the top, and it's got a little piece that screws down. It does have the little drip. It's a dual post system. I wish they would have put 3 posts in here. It looks like it does have the partial drilling for the 3rd post, and maybe it's something that they're planning on doing in the future. The air holes are up high on this, so you're going to see in the up close video here of what that meant for me and what I had to do to adjust for that. It actually ended up making me design something a little bit different than I normally do. You know, I just normally do a little micro coil, some cotton, and go just like that. Before you guys are new, RDA. I want to take the time to talk about the RDA. But for those of you who are out there that like a good cigar, I want you to think of this as like a good cigar. Cigars are known for flavor. When I smoked cigarettes, me personally, the cigarette was a purpose. I smoked it to get my nicotine. Now there was times when I smoked cigars that I would go sit outside and enjoy a nice cigar. I'd have a glass of tea or mixed drink and enjoy the flavor of a nice cigar. And that's really what this is. Now it does produce more vapor, and it does deliver nicotine better. So before you go out and you go, okay, I'm just going to use my juice I currently have. Not so much. What you're going to find is you're going to get a big hit, and you're going to get overwhelmed with the amount of vapor. And it's really not the vapor that you're overwhelmed with, it's the nicotine. What I have found is if you currently are vaping at 12 milligrams, cut that in half, try that as your dripper. If you're a cigar smoker now and you're thinking about going into the e-cig world, honestly, I would skip all the other crap and go straight to this. This is what you're probably going to end up with anyways. My goal is to try to get you guys to find that level of what fits your needs of where you are. This is my need. Cigar smokers, pipe smokers, this is probably where you want to be. Those of you guys who have been vaping for a long time and thinking about getting into it, well, if you've been chasing something with more flavor, for me, as far as like online gaming would go, this is in game. This is where you want to be. This has got the most amount of flavor that I've ever had as far as RDAs in general. Now, there are better RDAs out there than this one, I'm sure. I haven't tried them all. That's the joy about it. Most RDAs aren't that expensive, particularly if you get clones. Now, clone RDAs and originals. There's going to be a ton of debate out there when you go to buy your first RDA. I would get a clone first. You need to find out if you at least like it. Don't go spend $150 on an RDA, try it 2 times and go, no way. You can get an iGo for 15 bucks, try it out, and that's a good representation about what you're going to be dealing with. If you really like the flavor and you like the hit off of it, you like the throat hit, now you can invest some money because now you're moving in the right direction. The goal, guys, is to find where you should start based off of what you're doing now. Save yourself some money. I do recommend that you get authentic product. The reason being is the originals basically made the clones. If we had no original product, there wouldn't be any clones out there. But let's get all through that. The Sigelei 4.0 or the S4, whatever you prefer to call it, does have a drip tip that is removable, and it is a 23mm, which fits very nicely on the Chi. So, another vape, and off to the up close. That just gets better every time. Alright guys, so here we are again. We're going to be dealing with the Sigelei 4.0. This is a closer view for you. Like I was telling you, if you look, you have your air hole here, and you have another one on the other side. I did drill mine out to make a little bit more airflow, because I like a lot of airflow on mine. The nice thing about this, especially if you're kind of new to drilling something out, this cap is good and thick, so it does take a little bit to get through it, but you have this adjustable airflow right here. So if you make your hole too big, don't fret too much. You can tighten that down and get the airflow that you so desire. Now, something to consider: if you drill below this line, this mechanical, and I'm just scratching that all up, isn't that awesome? If you get right below this line, nope, that was not a scratch. If you get below this line, you will not be able to close it off, because if you follow that line, screw this down, and this is where I'm talking about. You don't want to get into this area here. And I'll tell you why. I did find that this is pretty nice as far as a RDA, because I could shut that down. I don't have to worry about the juice coming out the sides. I could tilt it however I want. So what does that mean? I locked my mechanical mod in place, and I can put that in my pocket. Now, is it going to drip out the tip? Yes. If you hold it upside down, you got a lot of juice on the deck, which I'll show you that here in a second, it will drip out the tip. So hold it upright in your pocket, and you don't have anything to worry about. When you're ready to vape, be sure to unscrew that and vape away. So let's take a look at the guts. It's got 2 O-rings, and they're pretty solid. This one's good and juicy right now too. Now, for guys who've built a lot of coils, you're probably going, oh my god, what is that? Well, if you notice where this airflow is, right there, I had to build my coils on top of my post to get directly across from airflows. Now, those of you who are new, you just learned something pretty important. Airflow holes need to be adjusted where your coils are. Now, dual head coil system means basically I have 2 coils. Let me get my little pointer. 1, 2. I think I'm going to call this the weave. Yeah, I think that's a good name for it. And like I was telling you in the video prior, it does have 2 posts, and it does have holes for your canthal to go through, but I used screw heads to hold it because the coils had to be so high. It pretty much rendered those holes pointless for me. Now that's up to everybody how you want to build your own coils, but that was for me. It has vaped very well. It's got a lot of good flavor, and it is a cooler vape, surprisingly, even though the coils are up higher. My iGo, which is this guy, it is smaller. The coil is closer to the deck, and it's a warmer vape. As far as something I'm dripping all day, I kind of like this, and I kind of like this at night for that warmer vape. So that is the basic run of it. I will be doing another video later on how I built that particular coil, but for those of you who already build them, let me let you have a close-up so you can see what I did. and copy. Those of you who have not built on this before or are familiar with building, I will have another video on how to do this exact build, and I called it the weave. If somebody has built something like this before and you have a name stake to it, by all means let me know. I don't want to take credit for something that somebody has already done. And that's it, guys. That is pretty basic video. I'm going to get into safety of building coils on the next video with the how to build. Let me get a vape because this is Mr. Ben Johnson's cream in 6 milligram, and it is just a wonderful, wonderful vape. Can't go wrong. This guy runs about 20-25 bucks. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you have any questions about the Sigelei 4.0 or the S4, be sure to ask below. I'll be happy to answer all your questions. And vape on. Life's too short, man. No Man Cave is complete without any Indiana Jones.